you struggle because it's like, I don't know, he's probably not going to ever, like all of our other kids are in sports. Like, Tyler's all in on jiu-jitsu and he studies it and he practices it and he goes to his gym and does it. And the other kids are just, baseball, flag football. Like and you wonder sometimes like which is going to be your thing, like I hope you find a thing. I hope there's a thing. I don't know what that thing is, but whatever it is, I hope it finds it, and I hope you find it, and I hope you make, it makes you.
Maybe it's swimming.
Yeah, he does
learns.
Swimming,
Every summer he gets swim lessons. He doesn't know how to swim yet. He still has a floaty on, and I'm a freak about drowning. So.
But maybe it's doing videos. I mean, maybe. So we left the podcast yesterday saying, what will we do last night? Will we get a workout in and then go to a beach bar, or will we just stay home and chill, hang with the kids, have some cocktails? And what didn't happen?
We did not go to a beach bar.
Oh, it was a crushing defeat for the beach bar. It was terrible. No beach bar. It's called being responsible.
It's called being responsible. You took Tyler to jiu-jitsu. I painted the bathroom. And all of a sudden, I walk out of our room and walk back in, and there is water all over our floor.
Ugh.
Nobody flushed the toilet, and the toilet overflowed.
Literally one of the most, this could be a Netflix documentary. Where did the water come from? We have no idea where it came from. And, yeah, I come home, and she's like, oh, my God, there's water everywhere. And I'm like, oh, God, I'm having some panic attack that the pool, like the underground pool concrete is cracked. The pool is leaking into the house. There's going to be a sinkhole, and we're all going to die.
Oh, my God.
And it's going to be a slow, miserable death.
He's thinking like that, and I'm thinking I have to use 20 towels to clean this floor. Then I have to wash the towels, and then I have to mop.
I'm also thinking this probably means we're not going to a beach bar tonight.
No beach bar.
Well, we got our workout in. That was good.
Yep, and we did have a few cocktails.
And a few cocktails. Watched a good movie, too, on Netflix last night. It was good.
There's nothing worse than starting a movie at 9:30 when you plan to be up early. I rolled over. It was 11:15, and I'm like, I have to go to bed.
Well, that part was stupid. I can't lie.
I went to bed.
Yeah, you didn't make it. I did. It's called Worth. It's Michael Keaton, who, by the way, looks crazy old. I didn't even know the first time I tried to watch this movie that it was him. Great actor. Listen, it is a little dry. It's about lawyers and, I'm into all that stuff. So I thought it was really interesting and fascinating.
And it's about 9/11.
Yeah, he's a lawyer for this group, 9/11. It's really interesting if you're into that kind of stuff. And it's a true story, so I kind of like that, too.
I have to go back and watch it. We tried to watch it 2 nights in a row.
Can't start movies at 10 o'clock or whatever. We shouldn't have done that.
Also, when I get in bed, how fast do I fall asleep typically?
4.2 seconds, 3.6, something like that.
Seriously.
It's a special skill you have. I don't know how you do it. I'm
exhausted.
It takes me an hour or two to fall asleep. Like, you'll start snoring, and I've got to find something to watch, or I'll get on my phone, and that doesn't help. They say that keeps you up later, so it's just bad news all around. But mysterious flood. We had a flash flood in the house last night. We don't know what caused it. And then I watched Worth on Netflix.
Yeah, so remember, I forget which episode it was that we talked about, but I talked about rearranging the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I rearrange the house all the time for him. And now there is a brown chair,
By the way,
chair.
I'm not him. It's for Cal.
Yeah, Cal.
Well, because we're talking, so I don't want.
I know.
I don't want people to think I'm like, all right, lady, rearrange the house. Go.
No, I rearrange it for Cal for his safety. So now I have to get rid of a chair that actually was given to us because, we didn't need it, but it was an extra chair. And he's pulling the fluff out of the pillow. He is unzipping the cushion and taking the foam apart. He thinks it's hilarious, by the way. He also hides his sharks in there.
Yeah.
But now he's putting the foam and stuff in his mouth.
Yep.
It's dangerous.
Well, he's making like snowballs with it because it's got an interesting texture. It's that harder foam. You know what I mean? It's like stiffer foam.
The foam from the cushion, yes.
Yeah, and so he's doing things with it, and like you said, putting it in his mouth. It's just too dangerous. It's a shame. I really like this chair. He really likes this chair. It's like a neat little hiding spot for him because he'll pick up the.
Well, it folds out because it can become a bed.
Yeah, it's a really cool chair, and it's just one of those things. It's like he's decided that he's going to make it something else other than a chair, and we got to part ways with it. I said last night. Before this is all over, we're going to have a house full of lawn furniture. because like in Florida, they're like, it's like the most durable lawn furniture anywhere because it's got to withstand 360 days of sun, intense heat, humidity, hurricanes. You know what I mean? It's like the lawn furniture here really is good. People are gonna walk in, they'll be like, why is your patio in your kitchen or your living room? It's like,
well,
sorry.
one day I took out I had to remove the pillow that goes with it because one day he unzipped it, take out all the fluffy stuff, and was surrounding himself in it like snow, throwing it above his head, rubbing it like an angel, like a snow angel.
It's weird. You see him in his highlights, like moments that he's so happy, and it's so and sometimes you're so mad because what he's doing to get himself in that moment so happy is expensive, messy. It's like all these other things, but then you realize, well, this is just, he doesn't come to you and say, I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese, or can a friend come over? Like, he doesn't have any friends. It's kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so this is his life. This is his social. He finds things to do with things that you wouldn't think of. But it's funny. Sometimes you do have to catch yourself. You'll come around the corner and you'll want to just scream or yell.
And we have learned not to get mad.
You can't really, because he's doing the things that the other kids, like I said, their outlet was, can I go to Johnny's house? Can I go to Chuck E. Cheese? Can I go to, what do we do here? Sky Zone.
Yeah.
All those things that the batting cages. It's like he's just not, that's not his world. This is his world. Deconstructing a couch or a chair or a pillow, that is his Chuck E. Cheese. That's his, hey, I feel like a kid now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
And
you just said outlet, and I turned around the corner yesterday. The chair had gotten moved somehow. And the outlet plug that was in the wall, he got out. Yeah. Or it got knocked out, and he had it in his mouth. So when I talk about he's 4.5, he's almost 5, and he's a 2-year-old, that's why. I mean,
where's the place that their little jingle was like, where a kid can be a kid? Am I saying that right? Was that Chuck E. Cheese? Where a kid
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, how did it go?
Oh my gosh!
I think it was
it's too early for this. I only had half a cup of coffee.
I think it's like where a kid can be a kid or something like. I'm not.
The way you're saying it reminds me of Toys R Us.
Maybe that.
I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million things at Toys R Us that I can play with.
Yeah, where a kid can be a kid. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's Toys R Us that you're talking about.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, anyway, so instead of like, I'm a Toys R Us kid, it's like, ripping open pillows and taking off outlet covers where a kid can be a kid. Like that's his, you know what I mean? Like that's him being a kid.
Well, yes, it is. And the craziest thing is we had to get rid of our dining room table.
We have no dining room table.
No. And
we have a family of 7. We have no place to eat dinner. Just to let everybody know.
We stand in the kitchen.
The last time I sat and ate dinner,
This sounds so weird to people.
Is over the summer, we had a long pool day, and Melissa was like, you need something to eat. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm just chilling on the pool. And you came out with a paper plate and just put it, and I was just leaning on the side, I was in the pool, leaning on the side of the pool, and I sat there and ate dinner.
Yeah,
that was me. That was as close as I got to sitting down, leaning on the pool wall.
Oh my gosh.
We have no dining room table.
No, we had to get rid of it because it became so dangerous to have. Okay. Even if you had a sturdy one, like a really sturdy one, he would still get on top and jump off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally impossible to have right now.
He also, one of them I think had a cloth top and he was coloring it or something. Or maybe the back was kind of cloth or there was some texture on it and he was ripping it up or coloring it. It wasn't going well.
No, I had a tablecloth on it because the kids destroyed it.
Maybe that's what it was.
But anyways, we can't have it. And honestly, I think about buying new furniture.
Yeah, right.
And I would literally have to have certain things bolted to the wall to feel comfortable.
No.
You know, and you have to have things a certain height or something because he's going to climb on it.
I'll buy Dogecoin before I buy new furniture. Believe it or not, that would be a better investment.
You know what I would do? I would seriously make half of our living room, dining room like a sensory room.
We've talked about that before.
Yeah, there's like a lot of I mean, it's expensive.
Well, so we have the back of our house is I think it's kind of cool. The house is an older house, like so it does need like need updates bit by bit, piece by piece. But the back are these big sliders, and big sliders, and it faces the pool. It's really neat how they did it. Well, he loves the pool. It's his second favorite thing behind the beach.
Yeah.
And has this really wild, cool view of the entire pool. And you're right there, just feet from the pool. So he kind of loves that aspect. And so we have talked about making it like a sensory room. Like, oh, and by the way, Lolo, his ABA therapist, brought over this board yesterday. What did she call it? A texture board? Not a texture
I don't know.
board. A fidget board.
Oh, yeah. So it has a bunch of different locks on it.
How cool was that? And she's
It's
like, yeah.
super cool.
She's like, it's all bolted, like it can't come off. And I'm like, well, we'll see about that. But
No, it's super cool.
yeah, no, but it's
And
very.
it's heavy.
I know.
Did you feel that?
This was like a piece of hardware. But I thought Austin, who's our youngest daughter, might get into making those because she's really into building.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and even smaller ones, like maybe not as big, but I mean, this was really cool. And
That's a really good idea, actually.
Yeah.
She loves to build.
Yeah, for Christmas, she asked for a chainsaw. I'm not even kidding. I mean,
Which she did not get. But our neighbor across the street builds things.
yeah.
So she has like this table and she puts wood on it and she cuts it. And Austin's like, can I have what Sandy has? And I'm like, no, Austin, it's an adult thing.
And then she
Like
started
you
doing
burn
research.
yourself with your glue, like with your hot glue gun.
And
No.
then she started doing research online. And then, of course, she comes to me and she's like, Mommy said it's up to you, which was a lie. She's like, but can I have a chainsaw? Which wasn't going to happen anyway. But I'm
No.
like, you're crazy. Get out of here.
Oh my God.
But
She's very creative though.
super creative. I mean, like, I think at one point she said she wanted to be an architect.
Yeah. She builds something out of nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty incredible.
She will be an architect. Like, this is her mind. Like, she'll be an architect before she could ever spell architect. That's Austin.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know
sure.
what I mean? Yeah, she doesn't want to put like the X's and O's into stuff. She just wants to get out there and do it.
Yeah. Let me
You
do
know.
it my way.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, a sensory room would be awesome.
Yeah, that is cool. I'm sure people have that. I even think we've looked, but that is something we could do. It's just, again, you know, when people come over, we don't have like parties at our house, and I think we mentioned before, like, we're very social people. That's been quite an adjustment. Like, we're very social people. Everywhere we've lived, it was like, oh, come over, we'll do this, come over to that. And then we moved here where you're outside, you know, almost the entire year, close to the beach, a pool, and it's like, it just isn't like the most social, just because, like, you know, we're always cleaning something up or something's always been broken apart. It's just like Melissa has like a gate complex type of, I don't know what it is. You've built these
Barriers that he can't get through because of the pool.
Yeah, I mean, it just is. It's you walk out and you don't. It's not very homely, right? Because it can't be right now. I don't think that'll be forever.
Well, it's like having a baby and there's baby gates everywhere. I mean, people understand that. Like our TV, like the way the TV stand is, I have a gate around it to cover up like the TV stand, the cords hanging from the TV.
The internet. He'll grab the internet boxes and throw them, and it's weird because like a baby doesn't do things. Babies just do things because they're babies, right? They're like puppies. They don't really know.
Yeah, they're crawling and gonna pull something.
They're just
but he's
mischievous.
strong.
Well, not only that though, he also realizes what gets us his attention. So he understands if he goes and grabs one of the internet boxes and chucks it, that where he's going to get attention. He understands if he starts pulling light covers or outlet covers off the wall, he's going to get attention. So it's not a baby who just does it once in a while because they're curious, they don't know any better. He has come to understand why he's being kept from these places. And if something happens and he's like, oh, I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to get through this gate one way or another, rip it off the wall, and then I'm going to rip this TV down off the wall. You know what I mean? Like that's...
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there was like this house that we live in is older, an older Florida home. And there was like this little piece of paint or something. I had painted the walls and he could grab it and he started ripping it apart. Like ripping up the wall. So I had to like, what is it called? Stucco or whatever. I had to like plaster it down and I have to repaint it. But his therapist was like, now they're working on don't try to rip the wall apart.
In our front door,
He found a little piece of paint that he can peel up.
I'm talking about microscopic. He found it because nothing to these kids are really unseen. They can find something if they want.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I come home and Melissa's like, don't go look at the front door. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go look at the front door. And there's this big oval of paint that's been ripped off. And I'm like, how
It's not even funny.
is this even
It's
possible?
awful.
Like, and it's like, this is why we don't have like things at our house, like, because it's like people are gonna walk out and go, oh my god, like what's, but a lot of this stuff happens like not over time, within seconds, and sometimes these things will happen and we won't, like, we don't use our front door all the time sometimes, but you know, we're in and out of the garage like a lot of families are. I mean, we could easily have some people over and go to the front door and be like, oh, sorry about the missing oval of paint on the front door. I promise we don't think that's cool. It's actually that we just discovered it right now, right here. Sorry.
Well, and then right next to the front door is a closet, like a, what is it? For jackets.
Yeah, closet.
Yeah, I had to take the door off.
Yeah,
remember?
Beating the doors down, yeah.
Yeah.
We have doorless closets, we have gates, we have half painted doors.
Oh my god.
Walls being ripped to pieces.
It's all to keep him safe. So, yes, we do not have parties at our house. And the sad thing is we have 4 other children. 3 of them are in elementary school, and they want to have play dates. And they want to have play dates here or sleepovers here. But for me, I'm like, I have enough kids in my house, and I don't know how Cal's going to react.
Well, and a lot of it is, too, because kids are kids, and you can't hold that against them. And so we worry about, because, you know, play dates, like kids are up all night, they're having fun, they're in and out of the house. So our backyard area is like a cool hangout area, and so when kids are over here, they're outside, but they're in and out, in and out. So we're worried about doors being left open, gates being left open, because that's what kids do. And so we just sort of were like, look, for the next year or two, until we get a handle on this, we're not putting ourselves in that situation, because kids do forget to lock gates, they forget to close doors, and these other kids coming over, it's not their fault. They don't have special needs siblings. They don't know what could happen. And we kind of decided, like, hey, that's just one thing we're going to cross off our list. And we tell our kids, we can be the cool house in the summer during the day with the pool, because we manage Cal easily for that. He pretty much walks around in his floaties all day during the summer, because he knows, you know, he's in and out to the pool, and that's fine because we're out there too. But as far as sleepovers and late night stuff, we've just decided, you know, we're going to eliminate that stress, that risk factor. And our kids are mad about it. They hate us for it, but oh well.
They also understand. But like, if they want to have a play date, they go to their friend's house.
At times, until they understand, until their friend's like, hey, can we come over and swim? And then we're like, yes, but not late. And so, you know, and then they're like, hey, we got to, like, you know, so-and-so's dad's coming to pick him up. You know, oh, we're done. We can't play anymore. It's like, well, it's getting dark. Cal needs to go to bed. That's a process. So then they get mad. But
well, even going to drive in the car to drop them off at a friend's house, he freaks out when they leave. He wants us all to be together. So even that's a process and stressful.
Yeah. That's why it's funny when we're talking about this podcast, and somebody wrote something on Facebook the other day, and it's so true. You have to look at the effects of this on the other people involved. You know, you have to look at everybody who is one of my law classes, we're learning about stakeholders, and it's all the people who are involved in every single piece, like case, you know, the stakeholders. And there's always, like, usually more than one. And that's how this is too. It's look at everybody being affected, you know, from us to the therapist, to him, to his teachers at school, because they sometimes have to feel our opinions. You know what I mean? I mean, the dog, like, there's just a lot of the neighbors, you know, because at times they'll see you with a leash out there on them.
Oh, stop it. That was one time, and I did not.
I know, but it's like, it's just everybody who has a little bit, you know, even the most minimal effect on, you know, or feel the effects of it. It is absolutely fascinating, though, how it is life-changing. You know what I mean? This isn't something that goes away. This doesn't, you know, just sort of heal itself. You know, that sure, you can catch up, you can develop, but like, even at this point, if you were to completely catch up, my God, you still have all these years of all these, and good though. It's interesting stories. It was really meaningful stuff. You know, like, we've had to figure out how to make vacations at home, because we can't put them on a plane with the other kids and fly to, you know, Hawaii, as much as we'd love to do that.
Well,
it just
and
doesn't work.
And there's family that wants us to come see them in other states. We can't. Like, I mean, we can barely drive 30 minutes down the road sometimes. We can't drive 8 hours.
Yeah.
We can't get on a plane and put a mask on him.
Yeah, subtle hint. Stop asking. Not going to happen. We're out of lies and excuses. We're not, okay? We're done. It's not happening. It's not because we don't want to. It's just because we can't.
Yes, exactly.
Do you watch the Facebook videos? How else can we say this?
Well, it's crazy. You just said maybe he can catch up. I was basically told he's never going to be his true age. Yes, maybe when he's 22 and really he acts like he's 20, maybe you can't really tell the difference. But right now, being 4.5 and like a 2-year-old, you know what I mean?
I have zero expectations. You're right, though. You just, they have said that. They've given that feedback. They've said, oh, yeah, it may be a point where you don't even really realize it. And I just try to tune it out. It's such a guess, I mean, it's,
Well, like I said, I can't imagine even being out of this stage at this point because we've been in it for so long.
I know.
Like with diapers and gates and all that.
Yeah. I just, I tell myself, it'll be a great thing if he lives with us the rest of his life.
Yeah, we're fine with that. We've accepted it.
Yeah. Now, some people are going to say, well, why'd you have to accept it? He's your kid. What do you mean you accept it? It's like, well, because the reason why we've had to accept it is because it's not just like your kid living with you, like there's a lot of kids who live with their parents and their parents really want them gone, right? Like they're 25, they got a girlfriend and they want them gone. This is a little bit different just because of what comes with it. But yes, if I kind of believe right now, that this will be the safest, healthiest environment for him. But he's 4.5. I mean, that could change. This could all change.
Yeah, it could change.
Maybe there's a point in life where, maybe there's a point where I've read a lot about this where we start to hamper his development because of the protectivity. It will become we'll become so protective where it will be bad for him, when he's 17, 19, 23, 24. He may need to experience a community or something,
Well, yeah, and we have to look at all that when it comes,
I know.
I take one step at a time.
Yeah, I know. And
literally one step at a time.
That's the roller coaster with this because you talk yourself into, live for the moment, just worry about today. But then you lay awake at night, and your mind just starts to wander. And you're like, what if? What if this? What if that? What if da-da-da-da-da? I think the other day I wanted to sell everything, buy a big RV, and travel the Keys.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Then I realized that. Oh, that was yesterday?
Yesterday.
Damn it.
I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
That was yesterday, yeah. Then I realized the Keys really aren't that big. We'd knock that out in about a weekend. And then what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, autism was so new for me and you that we used to go to this play place called We Rock the Spectrum.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't know that was autism. But now I understand the spectrum,
That is a good point. I wonder how many people drive by there and don't realize what that is.
Yeah, I mean, they do a lot of therapy and stuff, but it is also open to everyone. But we were playing there with all the kids for a long time before I ever realized.
I'm trying to find... So Cal is into... we talked about these videos. Mm-hmm. I don't know that you sent this to me. You didn't. It's cool. But... Cal is into these videos, and Lolo, his ABA, made him a video. They made video. Yesterday, he was in video mode, and he basically asked her to, to do videos. Sometimes it's like he'll want to go on a walk, or he'll want to play with his sharks or whatever. And yesterday, he was like videos, but just the beginning. This really gets me. The beginning of these videos, I mean, gets me. And I meant to hold on, Lolo. It's not your fault, Lola. I meant to download this, and obviously I didn't have time. But the beginning of these videos make me like so happy because he's so happy to introduce himself in these videos. And
he asked her. He said, "Can we do a video?"
Yeah, and so she does it the same way, which is really smart, right? She's like, "Hi, it's Lolo," and and then the end is he introduces himself. He gets so amped up and he's so proud of himself to introduce himself in a video, but I just wanted to play it's 1 second to hear him introduce himself, but I just think it's really cool. Lolo and Cal. Yeah. He's so happy to say Cal.
Hey Cal, it's Lolo and Cal. Yeah.
He does get excited.
Oh man, that's the stuff that makes me kind of cry because I'm like, oh my god, you found something you're so happy about. You love introducing yourself on videos, and he's smiling and he's looking at because he's out, selfie video, so he's looking into the lens or into the screen, and I don't know, like that's, you struggle because it's like I don't know, he's probably not going to ever, like all of our other kids are in sports, like Tyler's all in on jiu-jitsu and he studies it and he practices it and he goes to his gym and does it, and the other kids are just baseball, flag football, like it's, and you wonder sometimes like which is going to be your thing, like I hope you find a thing. I hope there's a thing. I don't know what that thing is, but whatever it is, I hope it finds it, and I hope you find it, and I hope you make, it makes you.
Maybe it's swimming.
Yeah, he does love
learns.
swimming.
Every summer he gets swim lessons. He doesn't know how to swim yet. He still has a floaty on, and I'm a freak about drowning. So,
but maybe it's doing videos. I mean, maybe that it makes him happy. Not only happy doing it, watching it back, like it gives him some peace. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it does.
He found a little bit of a thing. So that's been pretty
good.
exciting.
Do you want to share the social media?
God, you're so organized. Yes, we probably should. Okay. As Cal would say, okay.
Because the Instagram's different, right?
All right, yeah. So the Facebook is Daily Autism. If you go, like, the handle of the Facebook is at the Daily Autism. The page, though, on Facebook is Daily Autism. Instagram is Daily Autism Podcast. So that's on Instagram, Daily Autism Podcast.
And we do post a lot of videos, especially the ones with his therapist.
Yep. A lot of videos, a lot of memes. There's stories and podcasts every day. There's the one thing about, too, I think we were looking for, like, I was looking for just, I'd go on a run and I'm like, well, let me find a podcast about autism. And there are some really good ones out there. Like, there's some people that you can tell are just like us trying to figure this all out while kind of sharing and maybe saying, like, hey, 99% of these podcasts are about how perfect everyone is and how great everything is. Here's one that's not, which I think is cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's just that a lot of them, most of them, for whatever reason, there's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 weeks between new episodes. So it's just kind of hard to get into him, because you just get lost a little bit, like you'd forget. And then so we were like, well, we have stuff to do this like every day, so let's just do it every day. I mean, we thankfully don't have to get up and be anywhere in the mornings. I'm thankful to have that life. Like there's no getting up, getting dressed, and going and working for, people and having to be on the road. And you're kind of the same way. You can kind of maneuver your clients and be where you need to be when you want or is convenient for you to be there. So it's like, well, let's just take advantage of this situation, because this is a pretty cool situation to have that kind of balance.
Yeah. So we'll get up early, do a podcast, post it around the time the kids go to school. And then actually today we have time to do another one. So we'll be back here in a little bit.
A twofer, man. We're going to double it up today.
Yep.
I think we did 2 yesterday. Oh, yeah. Yesterday was the update on the new therapist that Cal met for the first time. Well, everybody met for the first time at 7:30 in the morning. Always a good time to meet somebody new that's going to be in your life. 7:30 in the morning. I actually didn't meet her, but it was interesting to get the feedback from you and the kids.
Yeah,
about
you got to fit it in when you can.
Hope that works out. All right, so that's social media. If you want to join those pages and share those pages, that'd be awesome. And if you don't, hey, that's awesome too, because we're going to do stuff on them anyway, whether you're there or not. Or some people just like audio and podcasts. So this is on, whatever. You put it one place and it goes everywhere. It's on Spotify. Later, dude.
Bye.
Have a great day. You look excited to go to school. It's going to be fun, man. Our high schooler is just in that phase of misery first thing in the morning.
Well, he's a night owl like you. He wants to stay up late.
Yeah.
And honestly, last year with middle school, he could, because he didn't leave the house till like 9.
Yeah. Middle school here started at like the bell rang like
9:30?
9:35.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? That's insane. Like.
And then high school, he's leaving at 7 something.
Yeah. Well, it's not as bad in the beginning. They were pulling out of here at like 6:55. Now I think that now it's 10 after 7, and he's like, "See you later, bro." I'm like, okay, whatever. Have a good day. Learn a bunch of stuff. All right, so that's it. Oh yeah, and the audio, like I said, the podcast, it's like Spotify. I know it's on iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. It's all the same. Everybody says, oh, wherever you get podcasts,
All the platforms,
all the podcast places. That's where it is. So get it, like it, enjoy it. Hopefully you get something out of it. I even said someone the other day, hey man, I hope this however this comes off to you, maybe you're going through something, do a podcast about it. Not for other people. Do it for you. Do it for you to look back on in 5 years and say, gosh, look at all the stuff we talked about. Listen to how life was like back then.
Yeah.
Don't worry about all these other people. Just do it for you. And then maybe somebody else will get something out of it or like it. And then, who knows what happens. And we always said too, maybe there's someone teetering on the edge of, well, should we get therapy?
Diagnosed.
Should we get diagnosed? And Not that we're going to come on every day and beat you down to get diagnosed or whatever. So we'll just talk about what life is like right now, and this is with a diagnosis.
Yeah.
With.
And for us, the therapy is beneficial.
All right. Coffee number 2 is coming today. And then maybe a 2 for maybe another podcast later.
Yep. We'll be back in a few hours.
But you have clients today.
I'm going to squeeze it in.
Oh.
Drop the kids off from school, do a 30-minute podcast, work out, take a shower, hit the
go,
road.
What's on your goals page today? A workout?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Weights. Today's weights.
Well, yesterday I did Zeus day 1, which was really hard.
It's all
and
cardio.
It's like 35 minutes.
But it's hard.
And weights.
That's yeah.
Cardio and weights.
Oh, I did the one without the weights.
Yeah. Today I think we'll just be cardio.
Okay. And then workout. And then it's Thursday.
It's Thursday. No football?
No, NFL's down to just Saturday and Sunday this weekend.
Oh.
Yep. No Thursday night football.
Almost
Sucks.
done.
Beach bar. Oh, kids got flag football game tonight. Oh, the girls are amped up. It's a big game.
Yeah, I'm like, a beach bar actually does not even sound good to me because I got such little sleep.
Y'all come back for the next podcast in about 6 hours. And
When I'm awake.
Yes, and she's going to be like, it's a great night for a beach bar. 74 and sunny.
Nope, kids have sports.
All right, have a great day, everybody.